Good morning. It's good to be with you this morning as we gather during this Holy Week, the Wednesday of Holy Week, for our Pondering God episode today, as we look at the final week of Jesus, and yes, enjoy our morning cup of coffee as well. This morning's reading on this Wednesday comes from Mark's Gospel, chapter 14, beginning at verse 1. It was now 2 days before the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how to arrest him by stealth and kill him. For they said, "Not during the feast, lest there be an uproar from the people." This was a day quieter than the other days, certainly much quieter than Palm Sunday with the jubilant crowds that welcomed him into town, Monday and the overturning of the tables and the crowds getting excited that perhaps this was the overthrow of Rome and the start of something really big. And then Tuesday, of course, the arguments, the plotting to try and trap Jesus in his own words, but none of that was this day. This, for all we know, is a quiet day that he spent in teaching. We have no reason to believe that he wasn't in Jerusalem on this day, but we have nothing really recorded about him being in Jerusalem. But we do have the plot. And now it is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The city is teeming with people, but soon the feast will be over. The feast ends on Thursday, and then the crowds will disperse and head home. There will be people in town for Passover, but not like there were for the week-long feast. But now it's time to think, how are we going to get Jesus? It's on this day that we hear not only about the murderous plot going behind his back as they try and plan, but it was even behind the back of most of the religious leaders. This was probably a private meeting held at Caiaphas, the high priest's house. It was not a meeting of the full Sanhedrin, 70 members plus one, the high priest. If you recall from the Old Testament, 70 was the number of those that Moses had appointed to help govern the people. And so the Sanhedrin still continued to this day with 70 members. But this was a small select group that was beginning to plot and plan for the death of Jesus. It also reminds us that with the Feast of Unleavened Bread ending and those people leaving town, the crowd that we're going to see on Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday is a new crowd. It's not made up of all the same people that were here on Palm Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. There's going to be some different people, different characters in play. And of course, the tone of tomorrow is quite different. But for today, it's a day really of quiet reflection. I think it's a day when Jesus did a lot of quiet reflecting. It was a day he was anointed for his burial. It was a day plotting had happened to overthrow his kingdom, or so they thought. So I pray that on this day you are preparing for the day to come, preparing for tomorrow, for that night when he would gather with his disciples in the upper room. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow, but this is a day to catch your breath from the noise and excitement of Palm Sunday as we prepare for these final few days in the life of Jesus. I pray that you have time to look through the reflection guide, which is available with our emails. And if you would like a copy of the reflection guide, you can simply write to us, pastor@peacearlington.org, and we will get you a copy of that reflection guide as well that goes with these videos. So God's blessings on your day. Enjoy a good cup of coffee and some time in the Word, and we will see you tomorrow. Blessings.